Hello survivors, welcome again to CATEYES channel. Today let me guide you to clear Silent Desert Crusade mode easily. Stay tuned until the end, okay? So you can understand it completely. First boss, Infected Gardener. The first boss we faced was an Infected Gardener with crystallized attributes. After taking damage, he will quickly rush towards the first player who attacked him. After entering the distorted state, the weakness spot will grow on his back. The chainsaw in his hand becomes extremely huge. The chainsaw will become bulkier as it gets bigger, but it will also knock down players it touches. It's best to keep a certain distance when the gardener wields his chainsaw. Remember, always use the correct course in Federation operation, if not, your damage will be significantly reduced. Next, he will spin forward and attack. If you counter-attack 3 times during the spin, you will fall to the ground. After getting up, it will attack 4 times in a row. It will stop after receiving a total of 4 counterattacks. He has 30 seconds for the player to counterattack before cause high damage to full screen players. Second boss, Antonio, Juvenile Infected. The second boss is an immature infected with spore attributes. After entering, he will immediately release the laser. After losing a certain amount of health, it will tilt its head back and develop weak points, entering a distorted state. After entering the distorted state, 4 infection pillars will be summoned on the map. The nearest player can use the secondary weapon to counter the infection pillars to break his invisibility and make it continue to lose the distortion value. Attention, 4 pillars on top left and bottom and right top and bottom need to be cleared quickly. If the infection pillar is not cleared quickly, he will periodically fire a full screen shockwave and knock down all players. His whip requires 2 players to counterattack. He will target multiple players and launch infected substance. The locked players need to fight back quickly when he flashes blue light. When the boss HP left a half bar, you need to keep moving to avoid the spikes on the ground. Keep moving until it's over. Now keep firing or slashing to defeat the boss. Okay, now good job everyone. Third boss, Buzzing Infected. The third boss is a Buzzing Infected with crystallized attributes. After losing a certain amount of health, it will enter a distorted state, and its tail will be as sharp as a scorpion's tail. After completely entering the distorted state, it will quickly attack on a player with higher damage. Only locked players can see the warning on flying swoop. That is it to say, you can only figure it out yourself. After he misses the flying dive, he will rise 2 infection pillars in the lower left and lower right. He will definitely start from the lower left. The nearest player can use the secondary weapon to attack the infection pillar. Don't attack in advance so as not to miss the best opportunity. After all, infection pillars are crushed, they will fall to the center of the field and enter a weak state. When the boss HP left a half bar, he will summon infection pillars for the second time. He will add 2 more infection pillars in the upper left and upper right. When he is summoned for the third time, one player can be left under each pillar. You still have to remember to wait until he flashes blue light before attacking the pillar. In this deck, we kill it pretty fast, so we didn't have to encounter the third time pillar. Fourth boss, Mutant. The next boss is a mole infected with brimstone attributes. After entering the distorted state, you will charge and prepare to ground attack. Keep moving to minimize the damage. It will stop after receiving 6 counterattacks in total. If a charge does not accumulate 6 counterattacks, it will continue to charge. Then it will run to the middle of the map and spit out Venom in a wide area. This skill requires countermeasures. The Venom is very fast. If you stand in the red circle, you can see the warning bar. When the warning bar is halfway through, you can press counterattack. But remember that your counterattack has a cooling time. When you counter one and go to pick up the second one, you may not be able to catch up. When the boss HP left a half bar, it will summon a little mole. When the distortion value is low, don't hit with a gun. The nearest player in purple line, you have to counter its roll. Countering the little mole or its own skill will break the distorted state. Fifth boss, Aligator infected. The last boss is a giant crocodile with brimstone attributes. When starting the battle, a sandstorm will form on the map. After being distorted, it gained the ability to control the weather. Now its attacks will be more terrifying. Its attack will be extremely fast. After entering the distorted state, it will become larger and develop a weak spot on its neck. Keep attack its weakness spot. How can such a big crocodile jump so high? Pay attention to the shockwave it releases. After sweeping up, it will release tornadoes on multiple targets, requiring 2 people to fight back. Pay attention to keep counterattack in time, if not, you will suffer huge damage. Keep counterattack until the boss knocked down. Next, it will roar and prepare to charge at the player. Jump up and prepare to roll forward, waiting for it to land. The correct way is to keep a certain distance and wait for it to land before pressing the counter button. If you want to hit the weak spot on its neck, try to aim a little higher. Keep firing its weak spot and counterattack in time. After losing half of the distortion value, it will run behind the map. At this time, be sure to ensure that 4 players are alive on the field. It will curl up and start spinning and release tornadoes to the 4 targets closest to you. You will have to fight back to interrupt it. After a while, it will cause a volcanic eruption, releasing flying rocks and seismic waves. Seismic waves can be avoided by jumping. The damage caused by flying rocks is relatively low and can be ignored. Be sure to pay attention when it releases seismic waves and flying rocks. The giant crocodile attack speed is very fast, basically no time to breathe. The last boss HP bar is the hardest stage, so pay attention, survivors. So keep attack in the distance and counter attack when it's time. Make sure at least 1 player is still alive in the end of this stage. That's it, survivors. I hope you know now how to deal with every stage in the Silent Desert. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about LifeAfter, you can join my Discord server and chat me there. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!